Thank you all for joining us today. My name is Gabriel Avila. I am a customer success manager with Heroku. Today with me I have Altaf Somani, head of software development from Goosehead Insurance. We're going to share with you Goosehead's customer journey on Heroku and our presentation, Delivering Innovation with Heroku and Signature Support. Quick note before we start, Salesforce is a publicly traded company. Please base any purchasing decisions on publicly available products and services. Thank you all for coming. Last day of Dreamforce, crazy party last night. Thank you all for showing up and spending some time with us, listening to us talk. Again, my name is Gabriel Avila, Customer Success Manager with Heroku. With me, I have Altaf Somani.
Thank you, Gabriel. Good morning, everyone. My name is Altaf Somani. I'm the head of software development for Goosehead Insurance. I've been in the software development space for the last 20 years, mostly on the web app side. I've been in my current role at Goosehead Insurance for the last 2 years. Today, I'm here to talk about how Goosehead is disrupting the insurance industry with tech innovation and strategic partnership with Salesforce and Heroku.
Thank you, Altaf. Here's our agenda for the chat. And we'll start off talking about what is Heroku. Customers who use Salesforce have a multitude of options for extending and enhancing applications. Everything from no-code tools like Lightning Web Apps and Flow, all the way to pro-code tools like Lightning Web Components and Heroku, which is a developer platform as a service. The Heroku developer experience is a complete and total application development environment. Heroku features all of the standard requirements you need for a development enterprise development environment, flexible scaling, enterprise privacy and compliance, and support for all modern frameworks and coding languages. And for any applications that access one or more object storage or data stores in Salesforce, you have the value of Heroku Connect, which is seamless bidirectional data integration. The net result is businesses can bring applications to market faster with Heroku. The Heroku approach to application development is all about agility and focusing on business problems and bringing solutions to market as quickly as possible. In a traditional scenario with cloud providers, you have to use dedicated resources to infrastructure, DevOps, but with Heroku, we flip that on its head. Heroku's value proposition is to take care of those things for you, letting developers focus on developing applications to solve business problems. Heroku is very proud of our legacy as a transformative software development environment. We participated in Forrester's Total Economic Impact because we wanted to understand from a third-party perspective how Heroku really transforms software development. As you can see in the QR code, we were able to increase developer productivity by 40%, reduced DevOps by 30%, and enable 285% return on investment. And with that, I'll hand it off to Altaf to share more on the Goosehead customer journey.
Thank you, Gabriel. Once again, my name is Altaf Somani. So if I were to ask here for a show of hands of who really knows Goosehead Insurance, I wouldn't be surprised if I didn't get very many because we do not do any direct-to-consumer marketing. However, Goosehead is the largest, fastest growing, publicly traded personal lines insurance agency in the country. We partner with over 150 different insurance carriers to get our clients the best possible rates. Our clients and our agents get to leverage our patent-pending rater platform to not only get the best rates that they deserve, however, and also get region-specific insights. Our agents also get market share data so that they can hone in on the carriers that offer the best value and product for our customers within their region. So let's take a look at how Heroku helped us with our innovation journey. We've been with Salesforce for about 15 years, and it remains central to everything that we do at Goosehead. When I started at Goosehead about 2 years ago, our senior leadership set a significant challenge in front of us, and that was to not only meet the commitments of our stakeholders, which we were already behind on at that time, but also to rapidly elevate our teams and our processes. We started with just 3 core developers, and today we have grown to a team of about 22 developers just on the full stack side. Several other cross-functional team members have also joined the team since then. With this rapid growth, we were able to innovate quickly, making Goosehead a technology-first company. When we started with a small team, we obviously used Heroku in the beginning, but as we scale, we quickly realized Heroku's potential. Because what Heroku does is it let us focus on development. It let our devs focus on development, on what they do best, right? It helped us scale efficiently and quickly overall for our infrastructure as well. Ever since going public in 2018, Goosehead has grown about 25 to 30% year over year. And as we grew exponentially, we wanted to make sure that our architecture and our infrastructure could support at least a 10x increase in traffic without the additional overhead of managing complex infrastructure on our dev resources. Security and compliance, became ever so more important as we partnered with more and more enterprises. At this point, it was apparent to us that we had to migrate over to Salesforce Shield instance because it not only assured our security and compliance teams that our data was secure, it also gave our partners the confidence to integrate with us, to share their data with us. Heroku's signature support was totally invaluable at this time because they not only helped us plan the overall migration, but they were also with us on the call to make sure that the overall migration was smooth. And besides, I love Heroku support because I get to call this guy whenever we have a Sev1 issue. He definitely makes me put in a ticket, which I don't like, but we are all on a call. Engineers from both sides are on a call in about 15 minutes working towards a resolution. And that's the great part about it. So let's take a look at, in a minute here, our Aviator platform. Aviator is our core agent rater platform. About 95% of our quotes that are run at Goosehead run through Aviator. It's built on the Pern stack and it's hosted on Heroku's private Shield spaces. Behind the scenes, it integrates with a MuleSoft implementation, which in turn has direct integrations with our carriers. And it also talks to Salesforce, which is our source of truth for our data. This year, we empowered our agents with a project called QTI, which stands for Quote to Issue. This has been a game changer for our agents because it increases the probability of a one-call close. We were able to decrease the overall time it takes to close a deal from about 54 hours down to 20 hours. And if you're in sales, and if you're an insurance agent, you know the value of a one-call close or to close a deal quickly because it's probably going to close in your favor if you close it quickly. What Quote to Issue is direct integrations with our carriers using APIs on the final stage. What that does is our agents are not only able to compare the rates, but they're also able to bind and pay for a policy on our site without having to leave our site. Prior to that, they had to actually go to the carrier portal and purchase the policy that our clients would prefer. So here's some screenshots for Aviator. On the top left, that's the address screen where the agents would input the address information of the insured. And the top right is the line of businesses that they get to select: home, auto, flood. The bottom left is bundle recommendations that Aviator makes to our agents for upselling opportunities, right? In case if there are any package discounts. Bottom right, as you can see, the accordions are expanded. There are individual lines of businesses that gives them a highlight of their deductibles of their coverage. Digital Agent. Here in a minute, I'll show you a clip of Digital Agent. Digital Agent is currently available at goosehead.com on the top right when you click on Get a Quote. Digital Agent is our client-facing rater application that our clients can use to run or to get home or auto quotes in under 2 minutes. It's also built on the same tech stack. We recently did a complete rewrite of Digital Agent, moved it all over to a monorepo, refactored the architecture, And we were able to do all of that from start to finish in under 6 months. Our goal is to make Digital Agent the booking.com of the insurance space by next year. And what I mean by that is bring over a QTI to Digital Agent. So our clients will not only be able to compare the rates, but they'll also be able to bind and pay for the policy on our site without having to talk to an agent. And that's a disruptor in the insurance space. It's just going to be like booking.com or Google Flights. So this is a short clip from Digital Agent. As I said, you could try it out today at goosehead.com. Here, the user is selecting the line of businesses or the home and auto that they want to insure. This is the address screen. They'll enter the address that they want to insure. And right after we collect this data, we reach out to our third-party services via API calls such as Cloudflare Turnstile, as well as Threat Metrics by LexisNexis, to make sure that these are not bots; these are legitimate users. Once we confirm using the metadata from the session that these are not bots, we then reach out to our third-party data providers to pre-fill some of this information, such as the drivers in the cars that are registered at that address, so that we can streamline the overall process, whereas the user doesn't have to enter in that information manually. You could obviously, amend that or deduct cars or drivers that you don't want. As soon as we collect that information, we then open up an event stream with our MuleSoft implementation, which then has direct integrations with our carriers to get the quotes that the agents or the clients are seeking in this case. As you can see here, this is the active event stream where we're reaching out to Progressive and ClearCover to get the rates for our clients. Using Heroku alerts and elements, such as New Relic, which are in the marketplace, we were able to identify and eliminate a lot of the bottlenecks in our application, which drastically reduce our overall response time. I believe our response time currently is about 380 milliseconds, and we improve month over month with every release. It also, we were also able to streamline the overall quoting process, as you can see in the slide before, by pre-filling a lot of the data that comes back from internal and external data sources, as well as make bundle recommendation. What that does is, once you're here for home quotes and you make bundle recommendation, and they're able to upsell and also sell auto. So it reduces the overall time that it takes to run a quote by as much as 80%. As we grow rapidly, we wanted to make sure, as I mentioned, that our architecture as well as our infrastructure can scale with us. It can scale and support at least a 10x increase in traffic without the additional overhead of managing those complex systems on our resources. As of today, we do not have any dedicated DevOps resources that manage our infrastructure. It's all using Heroku. At Goosehead, we're always striving for innovation. Today, we're driving innovation by working on some of these cool things that are in our product pipeline. We're working on AI-powered ChatGPT models. We are working on risk scoring systems, a product recommendation engine, and AI-enhanced call routing systems, which, by the way, after listening at Agentforce, it's perfect. We got to go back and throw that in the mix as well of the POCs that we're working on, because it's pretty similar to our use case. I hope that was some helpful information. With that, I'm going to pass it back to Gabriel.
Thank you, Altaf. So let's talk about the importance of Heroku signature support. Again, my name is Gabriel Avila, Customer Success Manager with Heroku. Heroku offers 3 levels of enterprise support: standard, premier, and signature. As Altaf mentioned, when you get signature, you get a named Customer Success Manager, critical severity for support tickets, access to technical help resources. And in particular, as Altaf mentioned, during the launch of his 2 applications, we really worked together. We had conversations with CSAs to address potential pitfalls, offer guidance. We talked to product support. We talked to product management. We talked to support, We did a key event management, KEM, where we let support know when they were going to launch, what they were going to attempt to do, and how support as Heroku could enable their success on our platform. All of these things are available to any signature support customer. As Altaf mentioned, again, critical severity, 15-minute response. Very rarely do you fix things in 15 minutes, but within 15 minutes, someone will reach out to you, someone you can troubleshoot with, someone who can provide you updates that you can share internally as we work to solve your problems. All right, so thank you guys for coming to our talk.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it.